Kia ora and welcome to Extra Time. I'm stoked to have Piri Weepu back with me today, and particularly because the Canes got up in the top of the table, mate. How good was that win?
Mate, it's awesome. Like, you wouldn't expect the boys to be that early in the stages of the game, or the rounds anyway, to be on the top, and it's great, you know, for them, especially confidence-wise anyway. Absolutely,
and they say, look, Beauden Barrett can pretty much do anything on the rugby field, but we saw against the Chiefs, mate, the old gridiron throw, the Tom Brady. How good was that?
Yeah, I think a lot of the boys, you know, back themselves as being quarterbacks, so obviously Bodie's had a crack at it, and it's paid off.
He's obviously practiced it. Let's just hope he doesn't do a Jared Hay and he stays with the Canes. Hey, but looking at that game on Friday night, mate, and it was the wings. All the chat was about the two form wings, Alaimalo and Ben Lam, and they didn't disappoint, did they? Let's take a look at Ben Lam here, how he went.
I guess the initial part, you know, the offload from Nani to Ben, and look, he's beaten 3 players. Yeah. All had a crack at trying to tackle him, and he's got the speed and the power to beat them. And then just this brilliance to get in the open and then offload to TJ.
And the step at pace, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's played sevens, you know, you've got to be able to change an angle and still maintain a bit of speed and that. But yeah, Ben's obviously done that really well, and you know, it's been showing his form's been going really well.
And even on defence there, he really caused that try for Bodie, didn't he? With the
I feel sorry for Guzzle there. He's had a bit of a crack, but Bodie's obviously, you know, one of the form players at the moment with speed as well. So yeah, he's obviously just pipped him.
Credit to Brodie for that chase though. And mate, Solomon Alaimalo, how good was he as well?
Well, it's two wingers in the same game that are playing outstanding. Like, it's awesome to see the talent that we've got, and you know, a lot of people are talking about these two individuals with their form that they're got at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, they're both playing out of their skins here. You know, being able to beat individual players and not just would-be tacklers either. They're good defenders, and
these are all blokes. This is
well.
Mafia right here.
Yeah. So being able to beat a defender like that and then offload to players that are close by is pretty good.
Now, if one of those two or both of them were to make the ABs, or if only one of them could, which one would you pick in the ABs, mate?
Oh, it's tough.
It's a hard call, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because they're both different in some ways. Like, obviously Ben's got his strengths, and he might have a weakness, and it's the same with Alaimalo. You know, both probably promising players, but we'll probably will see them in a black jersey.
They both could be there at some stage, absolutely, mate. And moving down south, Brumbies v Highlanders. Great win from the Highlanders. They got it late in the game, but Ben Smith, mate, what a performance.
Oh, Ben's come back. He's had a great break, and you know, the off-season treated him really well. And you can just sort of see he's got that pace that he had from the start of his, when he first started playing Super Rugby. And
it's his pace that's impressive now, isn't it?
Oh, I think he's gone back to the old bender.
Yeah, he's back, all right,
exactly.
He's back. Looking great. Hey, mate, and over to Tokyo, Blues, they managed to avenge their loss to the Sunwolves last year, and I think a new star might have emerged in Dalton Papali'i.
Well, obviously they're looking for, you know, new talent. And obviously there was individual brilliance in that one carry there, which led to a strong try. Obviously, you know, they're looking for a lot of powerhouses. You know, Jerome's going to be leaving offshore, and they've lost a few other players, but having a young 20-year-old that's able to showcase his strengths and speed like that is pretty impressive.
And with the Blues now, they've got a win on the board, they're heading back to New Zealand, they're taking on the Highlanders, and to have someone like Dalton Papali'i come through and score a try like that, it could be the spark they need to get their season back on track.
Oh, for sure. They need anything to sort of lift their spirits and, I guess, get their confidence back up.
And now the Sunwolves, mate, so they lost to the Blues, but I tell you what, we're going to look at a couple of tries they've scored this year. They're coming over to New Zealand for a tour, and they're actually very dangerous with ball in hand, aren't they?
Well, look at their coaching stuff. I mean, they're ex-Highlander coaches, and both are willing to sort of have a crack when they think is right. Yeah. But they've got a lot of talent there. Probably a few foreigners that are moved over there and impressed, and you know, obviously helping the development of the rugby over there, which is impressive. So we're looking forward to them coming over here and showcasing their footage.
One thing, you know, the Sunwolves are going to run the ball from anywhere, aren't they?
Well, when they've got players that can, you know, break the defence line like that, I'm pretty sure they'll definitely chance the arm.
So I think they've got the Crusaders this week, so get on down and make sure you watch that game, because there's going to be plenty of running So look, we'll quickly run through these games this week, mate. So Blues Highlanders, Friday night, that's coming at you. Who have you got there?
I've got to go with the Blues. I know they're, their form's sort of inconsistent, but I still think that they've got the goods to play some good footy.
And if they win that, the New Zealand Conference is up in the air again, isn't it? That's a big game.
Exactly. I think we've got 6 in the top 6. We've got about 3 or 4 of our franchises in there.
4 at this stage, potentially making the semis. Yeah. And looking at or the playoffs, I should say, Waratahs v Lions on Saturday. Sorry, that's actually Friday night in Sydney.
Running rugby, Lions, it's going to be good. I'll probably go with the Tars.
The Tars against the Lions, it's a big one. And of course, Crusaders, Sunwolves.
Have to back the Crusaders. Obviously, it's going to be a good, depending on the weather, but it'll definitely be a good game to watch.
Good running game. And then, mate, big one, Reds and Chiefs from Brisbane.
Have to go with the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
You
don't want to get on Liam's bad side there, mate. Hey, Bulls and Rebels from Pretoria, early Sunday morning.
Rebels are going really well at the moment. It's hard to win in Pretoria as well.
It is, yeah, it's tricky, that one.
I'll probably have to go with the Bulls on this one.
The Bulls at home, and Sharks v Stormers from Durban.
Have to go with the Sharks.
Sharks for that one. And finally, the weekend's rounded out on Sunday evening at 6:05 p.m. Brumbies v Jaguares from Canberra.
Have to be the Brumbies.
Go for the Brums.
Yeah.
Go for the Brums. Well, it's going to be an action-packed weekend of rugby. So tune in on Sky TV or get your tickets from superrugby.co.nz so you don't miss a thing.